Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Bachelorette chat.
The men tell nothing about JoJo. Literally nothing.
Guys, this was the Chad show.
Absolutely.
A star has been born this season, and they are milking him for all he's worth.
Well, they started out with some behind-the-scenes made-up crap, like, you know...
This is what happened this season.
Yeah, well, this is what happened, like, when we were getting ready for the show. And
Right.
In 5, 4, 3, 2...
They had freaking Chad in a holding pen trailer, and the security guard was outside like... Yeah.
Alright, so then they showed a preview for some borderline softcore porn.
Borderline? That
for
was
some
pay-per-view.
softcore porn.
Pay-per-view. I used to think it was paper, like P-A-P-E-R.
Bachelor in Paradise. And guess who's on it? Chad.
Duh.
And Evan.
Duh.
And
other people from this season.
Yeah, some other asshats too, but...
Lots of old favorites. Oh, Nick, I was not going to watch this garbage, but I'm almost feeling like I want to fast forward through it and maybe check it out, but not review it.
I'm really going to hate myself if I have to watch it.
I just have to see a little bit of the crap. Maybe just the first few episodes when all the ridiculous people are there.
What about that ridiculous ambulance ride with the pool of ketchup on Evan's arm and the bent needle?
What happened?
Hilarious, multiple marriage proposals.
It just looked ridiculous, and I kind of have to see it to believe it. And I still won't believe it.
I'm just so disgusted by this whole franchise.
Okay, moving on. So, yeah, they had these little cut-ins throughout the show for, like, is it OxyClean or, like, Tide or some sort of laundry thing.
Freaking awkward
Clean up your sheets with
twins
this.
And Vinny the barber were introducing some awkward scenes.
Yeah. Life's bleachable moments, right? That's the one.
Did anybody notice that, like, Derek is the most normal one this season?
Yeah, freaking Jim Halpert.
And she didn't even choose him.
His whole thing this season should have just been looking at the camera and going... It was one giant Jim Halpert camera look.
Yeah. Alex, this guy's an asshat.
Yeah, he is.
He's just there for the wrong reasons. He's just
wrong
the wrong
reasons.
reason.
They're talking about his rage, and then somebody was like, oh, it's because he was in the military, and Lukey's like, I was in the military too, I'm not acting like that.
Yeah.
But the big question is Derek an insecure bitch?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
Alright. It's time to release Chad from his holding pen.
He has fueled up on deli meats.
Milk.
Sweet potatoes. He's ready. He's ready.
They got the security guy who's all like... This was the biggest bunch of shit I've ever seen. I'm sorry. Is this Jerry Springer now?
Yeah, where's Steve?
At least Jerry Springer, these idiots really wanted to tear into each other. This is so freaking fake.
Yeah.
This is like cheap-ass wrestling. Cheap.
It's wrestling without the Speedos. They're all in suits.
Best line of the season, ripping off arms and legs and throwing torsos in the pool. Thank you very much, Chad. You little bastard.
What the hell
you
was
are number
that?
1.
I mean, obviously we can laugh about it because we know he's playing a character.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
It's obvious he's playing character, so it's okay. But Evan the Dick Doc? Come on.
He called him a Dick Doc.
He's like, yo, Chase is a Viner.
This
Jordan
one wants to be on TV.
Yeah.
This one's got a radio show. This one blah, blah, blah.
And this one's a Dick Doc.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. So we find out that Chad has been quite busy since the show ended.
He's been hooking up with Grant and Robbie's exes.
Whoa!
That's a bold move. That is a real bold move.
That's messed up. He's seeking out these guys' exes and just being like, hey, what's up, girl?
Alright, so they're only talking to like 2 or 3 people because it's the Chad show. So
it really is. He was up there for like multiple, like 3 segments.
So like Santa Nick is all like, I'm standing up and taking off my jacket.
Take off the jacket.
I want to talk on TV.
Yeah.
What do you got to say?
I feel like Chad nailed it when he was like, oh, you're trying to get airtime?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
He is. But nobody knew who he was because he wasn't wearing his Santa suit. So we were just like, wait, who was
that guy?
I don't remember you.
I remember the kilt more than you.
Kilt guy was there too,
He
yeah.
had said nothing.
I wanted to hear
for
from the
thank
super
you.
fan.
Yeah.
He was like one of the first ones out.
He was kind of like
Or the hipster. We didn't get to hear from the hipster
He got a new haircut and everything. He looks so normal. All right. Chad's second best line of the season. Think about your thoughts before you say them.
What was that accent?
I don't know.
Okay.
If you had seen Chad on Jimmy Kimmel, you would have seen he has a tiny little dog
Aww.
who is so sweet and precious.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's like a good guy, because he could be a piece of crap, but I'm just saying he's the villain of the season.
He's playing a character.
He's the villain of the season.
That's a villain.
All right. Anyway.
Chad called out Jordan for being there for the wrong reasons.
Did. Oh,
knew that,
snap.
though. We
Yeah,
knew
but
that.
he called him out in front of everybody on TV like that.
Yeah.
Wrong reasons.
So they played back the Evan versus Chad confrontation at the stand-up comedy thing.
Because Evan was all like, oh, I didn't push him, and
I was trying to
he ripped
shake
my
his
shirt.
hand.
Yeah, so they played it back.
Like 3 or 4 times. 3 times at least.
You were trying to shake his hand by having your hand on his back? I don't think so. And he knew that he got caught, because then he was just like, ugh.
You totally pushed Chad. I don't know how you could face your damn kids, because...
Whoa. That's pretty intense.
No, it's not.
Well, anyway. Wells Fargo wagon.
He stood up.
Wells.
And he is the fake-ass voice of reason for this season.
Yeah.
Dude, you're a radio DJ. Tell me you're not here for the wrong reasons.
This was like at the end of Pineapple Express when he's doing the fake radio show and he's talking about life.
Yeah. How does Chris Harrison face his kids after this?
Stop! Don't bring people's kids into this!
I'm saying, this is a dirty business.
Alright, but don't bring people's kids into this. So then it was time to put Chad away for a little bit.
Put him back in his cage.
Don't worry, he'll be back to do slow eating like this.
Oh yeah, on all of the, like, going back to, like, the commercial things, he's all like...
Yeah. It's weird.
Alright.
Anyway, it's time to talk to Lukey!
He lives in an effing photo shoot because he is perfect.
I think we heard more words from Luke on this episode than we have the whole season.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have a long interview either here, but we didn't really hear him talk much throughout the season.
Because he was always just like... He loved watching himself back, too, in the clips.
Why not?
He kind of did not tell her 5 minutes in that he loved her, so she didn't like that.
Yeah.
Even though she was like, are you sure?
His big
To the
thing,
other people.
he was wondering, like, would things have been different if he had said it earlier?
I
Blah,
think
blah,
he
blah.
could be the next Bachelor.
I think he could. I think this was like a test run,
I think so.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we'll see.
I hope he did well. But I really don't want to see him ruined by this
I know.
franchise.
Isn't that the way it always is? You always end up hating whoever is the Bachelor or the Bachelorette.
Alright, now Chase. Boring!
There was just like nothing to talk about.
One word comes to mind when I think of Chase. Simple.
I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but like...
Zero personality. I'm sorry. He's zero television personality.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better?
Fine. But, I mean, all I could talk about was how he was dumped in the fantasy suite, blah, blah, blah.
It's like I pulled down my pants and she hit me in my nuts.
Alright,
Or
moving on.
it's like I pulled down my pants and she hit me.
TikTok!
Nuts.
It's time to bring out JoJo.
JoJo, poor JoJo, has to break up with 20 whatever guys, and she never broke up with a guy in her life.
Well, now she has.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, alright, so Luke is just like, I'm glad that you're happy, blah, blah, blah.
'Cause
How
Luke's
many
a good
times have I
guy.
said blah, blah, blah? And he
Yada
was
yada
like,
yada.
would things have been different if I had told you earlier? And she was like, I don't know.
Maybe. Why? Did you love me 5 minutes in? Did you?
Yeah. And then Chase was all like, can I go up on stage to ask some questions? And we were like, no.
Oh,
No.
sit down. But they let him come up. He's like, oh, baby, you smell good. No, just kidding. He was just like, you look good. And then Santa Claus stood up and he was like, hi, you look good. Am I on camera?
Yeah.
And
they talked to a couple people. James Taylor.
That guy.
Okay. Chad.
No one cares, James Taylor.
Chad got to speak and he crapped on everyone, but he wished her luck. And she was just like, I'm not even going to comment on this. And everybody stood up.
I could really go off right now, but I'm not. Great.
Probably a good decision on her part.
Yeah.
Keep it classy.
Yep. So then there was some BS time with Nick, Alex, and Derek. I was totally shipping them. Nick's.
There you go.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, she's talking to Vinny, and there's this voice from the crowd. Wait! JoJo, I have a question.
Oh my God, it's Vinny's mom from Brooklyn.
Woo! She was like, my son is the nicest boy.
He never would have broke your heart, ever. Ever.
Right. So,
oh, thank you, Mrs.
Fun.
Vinny.
Yeah, and then it was time for the bloopers of the season.
There's a lot of broken glass.
There was.
And
it was all
bugs.
bugs, broken glass, and a few animals, which was fun.
Okay.
The dog did not want to comfort her while she was crying.
I don't blame him. All right, Robbie or Jordan, that's the only two Chucks left, so.
Let us know in the comments who you're rooting for.
Let me just say, either way, I don't think it's going to last 6 months.
And who do you think is going to be the next Bachelor? Let us know.
And until next time.
Much love.
Edit.